So I think it's important to note that based on the psychometric literature on testing and how you use tests, for a test to be diagnostic, that means truly helpful to a teacher, truly able to tell you where a student is with a specific skill, there needs to be at least 25 items for that specific skill to reach a reliability where you can make a decision about what an individual student knows. Now, I haven't been lucky enough to see the PARCC, so I guess I'm going to ask the question, are there 25 questions per specific skill on the PARCC test so teachers and parents really have an understanding of what kids know at the specific skill level?
You could answer that if you wanted to real quickly.
So, the word skill here is hard to sort of parse and try to understand.
Inferential comprehension, let's take that. Are there 25 questions on inferential comprehension?
In terms of testing the full breadth and breadth and depth of the standards in every grade level, yes. These are going to be tests that in fact are reliable and valid at multiple cluster scores, which is not true today in our NJDOE. But there's absolutely the word diagnostic here is also very important. And as Jean sort of spoke to earlier, right? These are not intended to be the kind of through course, what we've been talking about here, the PARCC end of year, end of course assessments, are not intended to be sort of the through course diagnostic formative assessments, the benchmark assessments that most of us are used to, that would diagnose and be able to inform instruction in the middle of the year. These are in fact summative test scores. They have a different purpose than the one that we're talking about here in terms of diagnosis.
Okay.
So they're not diagnostic at the individual level, and so it's going to be difficult for teachers to look at these scores, especially when they get them back in September and October from kids who are no longer in their class, to get fine-grained information about specific skills or standards or subclusters, whatever we want to call them. There's just not enough questions on the test to do that. Thank you.
We really should go on to another question. I think we could be here all night with these questions. Okay, I have two questions